Ever heard of someone who loves old, clunky video games? Meet Rakuro, the king of crappy games. Today, he's trying out Shangri-La Frontier, the super popular VR game everyone's talking about. But here's the thing, Rakuro doesn't care about looking cool. He just wants to win, no matter how strange it looks. So, his training is a bit, well, bonkers. Dodging boulders in a minecart? Wrestling a bear in his underwear? You got it. After some seriously wacky training, can Rakuro, the crap game hunter, defeat a super strong boss? Find out in Shangri-La Frontier. It's the story of the unlikeliest hero on the wildest adventure ever. In the beginner city of Firstia, we meet Rei, a powerful knight. But where's Sunraku, the guy known for using the same name in every game? Meanwhile, Sunraku tackles the beginner boss, the ravenous snake. He dodges its attacks with ease, but underestimates its power. He gets poisoned and has to fight smart to win. Now poisoned, Sunraku races to town for an antidote. He meets Mia, a new player, and Reiji, a helpful veteran, who points him towards the inn. Just as Sunraku reaches the bed, he dies. Rookie mistake. But even in death, he learns valuable lessons. Now in town, Sunraku upgrades his gear. He gets some basic clothes and a new weapon, the marsh daggers. He sets off to mine for special ores, but it's not easy. He gets frustrated with slow progress and pesky mud frogs. Back in the wilderness, Sunraku faces a tough red-cap goblin. But before things get too hairy, a surprise savior arrives. Enter Lycagon the Nightslayer, a unique monster. But who sent it? And why is the game's story progress still at 0%? Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. Things are just getting started, and Sunraku's adventure is about to take a wild turn. Last time, Rei, the high-level knight, searched for Sunraku. Here, she meets Reiji and Mia, new players. Reiji tells them about special monsters called unique monsters. They're super strong and only one of a kind. Speaking of unique, Sunraku stumbles upon Lycagon, the Nightslayer. This giant wolf is no joke. Sunraku barely dodges Lycagon's attacks, even with his new perfect parry skill. He lands some critical hits, but Lycagon seems unfazed. Lycagon howls and suddenly slashes Sunraku, leaving him with 1 HP. Sunraku declares he'll defeat Lycagon someday. But the wolf bites him, leaving a mysterious curse. Back in town, Sunraku's frustrated. The curse prevents him from wearing armor. But wait. A rare Vorpal bunny leads him to a hidden door. It's a unique scenario. He steps into a town filled with bunnies. Looks like Sunraku's adventure just got weirder. Who is this boss waiting to see him? This is one rabbit hole Sunraku won't forget. Last episode, Rei searched for the elusive Sunraku. Here, she bumps into Mana, who teases her about her crush. Meanwhile, Sunraku digs for info on unique scenarios. He finds one involving a Vorpal bunny guy to a hidden town. But his adventure takes a weird turn. He meets Visake, the boss of a bunny town called Rabituza. He gets put on a training course with Emul, a hyper bunny girl. Oh, and he gets a mysterious collar that cuts his experience but boosts stats. Sunraku needs a break from all this weirdness. He hops into his other VR MMO, Berserk Online Passion. There he reunites with his old rival, Motor Katso. They have a wild VR brawl with glitches and after-image fists. News of Sunraku's SLF adventures spreads. Even his old friend, Arthur Pensilgan, finds out. Back in SLF, Sunraku teams up with Emul and sets off for a new area. But can he handle the challenges with his cursed body? He uses his curse to scare off weak monsters. But a new area boss, the Mud Digger, awaits in the swamp. Can Sunraku overcome the sticky situation? Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. The adventure gets deeper and weirder. Sunraku gets stuck in the swamp against the Mud Digger. It charges, but Sunraku uses his new slide move to evade. He realizes his battles honed his skills. He blocks with Repel Counter, a stronger perfect parry. But Sunraku can't dodge forever. Emol jumps in with Magic Edge, knocking the beast down. Sunraku uses his evolved skills, Spiral Edge and Edge Climb, to get on top of the monster. He calls out to Emol, who unleashes a powerful Power Boost Magic Edge. But they both take fall damage. The Mud Digger dives. It tries to launch Sunraku to his death. Emol teleports them just in time. But Sunraku falls anyway. He uses the fall momentum with Mistake Meteor Fall and crushes the Mud Digger. Sunraku barely survives. He realizes Emol is way stronger than he thought. But how will he hide her in the next town? Emol reveals a mysterious bracelet and transforms into a human girl. Sunraku can't believe it. They reach the town of Thirdreama, but the guards stop them because Sunraku's still naked. Emol makes up a dramatic story about Sunraku's curse to get them inside. The guards buy it. Back in Secondil, players saw a picture of Sunraku and Emol online. Now, a girl named Animalia approaches Sunraku. It turns out, players are buzzing about the talking bunny online. Some recognize Sunraku's Lycagon's mark and wonder how he got it. Suddenly, Arthur Pensilgan, also known as the high-level killer Pencil Knight, attacks. But Sunraku dodges. Pensilgan reveals she plays as Arthur Pensilgan in SLF. She's level 99 and a notorious player killer. What does she want with Sunraku? Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. The adventure gets even crazier. Who are these new friends and foes? Sunraku recognizes Pensilgan from another VR MMO, Unite Rounds. They were once rivals. But in Shangri-La Frontier, Pensilgan is a level 99 player killer. She wants to take Sunraku down. Pensilgan reveals she's working for the Ashura Kai clan. They want information about Sunraku's unique scenario. But a new player, Animalia, jumps in to defend Sunraku and Emol. She recognizes Pensilgan as a notorious player killer. Sunraku mocks Pensilgan, reminding her of their past duel in Unite Rounds. The insults fly as they fight. Pensilgan reveals her real reason for attacking, to keep Sunraku out of the city. She also uses a trick item to reflect curses back at Animalia. More trouble arrives. Ashura Kai members join the fight, but then a powerful new player appears, Siger Zero, the attack master. Wait! It's Rei, the knight Sunraku met earlier. Her sister sent her to find him. Pensilgan sees both Sunraku's raw skill and the arrival of Siger Zero. This could be a golden opportunity. Pensilgan challenges Siger Zero. But Animalia has one last trick up her sleeve. Can she counter Pensilgan's karmic straw doll? Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. The chaos continues. Who will win these unexpected battles?
Animalia unleashes her trump card. But in a shocking twist, it hits Pensilgan and herself. The assassins are stunned. Sunraku seizes his chance and escapes into the city. Rei arrives and sees the chaos. Furious, she takes down the remaining assassins with ease. Arthur is surprised by Animalia's sacrifice, but takes it in stride. She invites Sunraku to chat in their old VR MMO later. Sunraku heads to Rabatuza to tackle the unique scenario. Time to train with Emol. His first challenge, a pack of high-level pack hounds. Can he survive their vicious attacks? Back in the game, Rei decides to send Sunraku a friend request. Maybe next time, they can actually talk. After 7 brutal deaths, Sunraku learns the pack hound's patterns and emerges victorious. The training gets tougher. He battles foes like the tentacle parasite, the goblin berserker, and even a golem. Despite his victories, Sunraku only reaches level 31 due to the cursed collar. Visake arrives with a new challenge, the Aberrant Woodmage, a level 120 monster. Can Sunraku survive 5 minutes against this colossal foe? His ultimate test begins.
Sunraku fights the Woodmage, but his attacks do nothing. He can only dodge the monster's powerful magic. 2 minutes in, Sunraku is exhausted. He questions his own choices. Is this all he can do after relying on shortcuts in those trash games? But Sunraku gets a brilliant idea. He dodges one last attack and snatches the Woodmage staff, disabling its magic. With the staff gone, dodging becomes easier. Sunraku survives the full 5 minutes and wins. Enraged, the Woodmage breaks the rules and tries to attack Sunraku. But Visake steps in and destroys the monster. Visake rewards Sunraku with honorary Rabatuzan citizenship and removes the cursed collar. But there's more. His citizenship unlocks a new scenario. The Vorpal Epic. But the instructions are complex, requiring deep knowledge of Shangri-La's history. Sunraku decides to explore the main game for a while. Emol's brother gives him a disguise to hide his cursed body and avoid unwanted attention. Now, with a new look, Sunraku chooses his next city, Forfolkshire, Favel, or Sixenvelt. But hold on, is that Ray watching him in the distance? What does she want? And where will Sunraku's adventure take him next? Arthur is disgusted with her clan, Ashura Kai. They used to be elite assassins, but the game's penalties for killing players have softened them. Now, they're just another clan obsessed with collecting experience and hoarding equipment. Pathetic. But Ashura Kai holds a secret, the location of the unique monster Weatherman Tombguard. But they're too afraid to fight him, worried about losing their precious gear. What a bunch of cowards. Arthur has had enough. She decides to take on Weatherman Tombguard herself. Talk about a badass assassin. Meanwhile, Ray surprises Rakuro with a friend request in-game. Unsuspecting, Rakuro thinks it's a manipulation tactic to access the unique scenario. He accepts, planning to manipulate her right back. Ray, surprised Rakuro figured her out, respects his wish to travel alone. Now that she has his contact, maybe they can talk later. Rakuro and Emol head to Forfolkshire. They enter the vibrant prismatic forest, teeming with insect-like monsters. Rakuro witnesses an epic clash, a swarm of empire bees battling a giant quad beetle. Taking advantage of the weakened beetle, Rakuro finishes it off and collects valuable items. Now, it's time for the real challenge. Rakuro sets his sights on the area boss, the infamous clown spider. Will Rakuro conquer the forest and face the creepy boss? Rakuro arrives at the clown spider's lair, but the arena is occupied. He has to wait for other adventurers to finish their attempt, and watch them die horribly. It's finally Rakuro's turn. He enters the arena with Emol by his side, but asks her to stay back. This is a solo fight. Rakuro unleashes his plan. He knocks the clown spider from its web, weakens it with falling boulders, then strikes its critical point with a single, perfect blow. Victory achieved without a scratch. Back in the real world, Rakuro gets an email from Arthur. But he's not the only one, his online friend Katso, a new player, also got one. Arthur invites them to join her raid on a powerful monster named Weatherman in 2 weeks. Interesting timing, right after a major game update arrives. Rakuro is suspicious. What's Arthur's real reason for needing their help? Meanwhile, Ray finally gets to talk to Rakuro in person. The problem? He barely remembers her name or that they go to the same school. Before Ray can reveal she's the online warrior Siger Zero, Rakuro rushes off to meet Arthur. Still, for Ray, just talking to him is a win. Back in the game, Emol discovers the horrifying truth. In Shangri-La, NPCs can die permanently. If Rakuro fights Weatherman and loses, Emol will be gone forever. Now Emol races to warn Visake. Can she stop Rakuro from making a grave mistake? Visake is furious. He doesn't want Rakuro fighting Weatherman. Rakuro explains how Ashura Kai uses Weatherman to farm experience. They fight him, then run away before finishing the job. Cowards! Arthur steps in and reveals her plan, to give Weatherman the epic fight he deserves. Visake sheds light on Weatherman's curse. He's undead, forever guarding his deceased wife's tomb. Death would be a release, a reunion with his love. To grant Weatherman an honorable death, Visake upgrades Rakuro's Vorpal Chopper knives. He combines Rakuro's Lycagon experience with the defeated Quad Beetle's armor. Behold the Moonblade knives, Moonblade, waxing, and Moonblade, waning. One grants powerful attacks that drain health, the other steals health back just as fast. But there's a catch. Rakuro needs to be level 50 to use them. He needs to gain 19 levels in just 2 weeks. Arthur sends Rakuro and his new online friend Katsuo to train in the iron ruins of the divinity. But what's with that fishing rod she gave Rakuro? Rakuro is confused. Does he really need a fishing rod to survive these ruins? Or is there more to it than meets the eye? The mystery deepens. Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. Can Rakuro level up fast enough? And what secrets do the iron ruins hold? Rakuro and Katsuo enter the iron ruins. Robots stand guard, but they're no match for our heroes. Back in Rabatuza, Emul is shocked. Rakuro explains his online friend Katsuo is actually a guy playing a female character. Following Arthur's confusing map, Rakuro and Katsuo search for a hidden training ground. They find it, Tearlight Lake. Legend says it holds the key to fast leveling. Arthur reveals their prey, the monstrous Livestide Lake Serpent. But the trick is to catch it with a fishing rod. Rakuro unveils his temporary weapons. The Empire B twin blades, crafted by Emul's sister Bylak. These will have to do until he can wield the Moonblades. A fierce battle ensues. Rakuro and Katsuo hook the Livestide, drag it to the surface, and defeat the beast. Katsuo drops a bombshell. Skill linking is a major game mechanic Rakuro completely missed. Plus, jobs and guilds. All things Rakuro skipped in the first HIA tutorial. Despite the setbacks, days of intense training pay off. Rakuro reaches level 42, and Katsuo hits level 40. Rakuro hides his first HIA skip out from Arthur. But there's no time to rest. Arthur assigns a new mission: wait for the full moon. Only on the full moon can they speak to Setsuna of bygone days, a unique ghost NPC. And Setsuna holds the key to accessing Weatherman. The clock is ticking. Can Rakuro reach level 50 and unlock
eyes? Can Rakuro master his unique style in time? And will Rei find the courage to connect with him?
In the trash game BRP, Rakuro faces a shocking turn of events. Dragonfly, the newbie gamer, defeats him using a double punch glitch no one's seen before. The entire BERP community is stunned. No one's discovered a new. Back in Shangri-La, Rakuro decides to explore skill linking. He visits Emul's triplet sibling, Elka the Skill Gardener. Elka unlocks 6 powerful link skills for Rakuro, including the coveted Vorpal Moonblade skill. But there's a catch. Elka has a serious case of money madness. Rakuro ends up drained of almost all his coin. Arthur arrives with bad news. Ashura Kai will definitely be at the Weatherman fight, trying to exploit him again. They won't let him die peacefully. But there's a silver lining. A new update has changed the assassin rules. Now, if an assassin dies, their money and equipment transfer to their killer. With this new rule in their favor, Arthur hatches a daring plan: eliminate Ashura Kai entirely. By assassinating each member, they'll become harmless newbies when they respawn. Will Rakuro go along with this ruthless plan? And how will they pull off the assassination of an entire clan? Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La explodes with a massive update. New quests, maps, and even a brand spankin' new job title are available. Players are buzzing with excitement. But there's a strange detail. Every shop in the game is completely sold out of resurrection items. What's going on? After much deliberation, Rei finally sends her letter. She invites Rakuro to explore the update together. Just then, Rei receives a shocking message from Siger 100. Someone leaked the location of Ashura Kai's headquarters. Players are organizing a massive raid for revenge. With no time to spare, Rei sends another letter to Rakuro, canceling their exploration plans. Phew, that was close. Back with Rakuro, in futuristic armor, the plan unfolds. Arthur discovered Weatherman fights in stages, increasing difficulty with each. Their only hope is to survive them all and hope Weatherman surrenders. The first stage begins, 10 brutal minutes. Rakuro takes the first blow, but Weatherman is too powerful. He falls. But wait. Katsuo uses a resurrection item, bringing Rakuro back. Now, the truth comes out. Arthur, ever the strategist, purchased every single resurrection item in the game in preparation for this fight. Can Rakuro, Katsuo, and Arthur endure Weatherman's onslaught? Will Weatherman finally find peace? The clock is ticking. Pensilgan gears Rakuro and distracts the beast. Seeing their struggle, Pensilgan makes a daring move. She pours her most valuable items into the coveted reward scale. Can it grant them the power they need? Thanks to the reward scale, a miracle occurs. Rakuro's luck and stamina soar. He disarms Weatherman, seizing his sword in a stunning maneuver. 20 minutes down, but the fight is far from over. Pensilgan reveals a horrifying truth. What her team faced in Stage 3. Weatherman wasn't just powerful, he was undead. Can Rakuro and Katsuo overcome this horrifying revelation? And what monstrous power awaits them in Stage 3? The battle escalates. Weatherman ignites the Kirin in a desperate move. But the beast transforms, rising from the ashes as a mechanized monstrosity. Katsuo and Arthur leap into action, keeping the robotic Kirin occupied and away from Weatherman. Facing Weatherman alone, Rakuro decides survival isn't enough. He equips his Moonblade knives and the real Quad Beetle armor helmet. Weatherman's armor, weakened by the holy water, can now be damaged. With renewed power, Rakuro unleashes a barrage of critical attacks. Weatherman staggers, brought to his knees. To destroy the robotic Kirin, Arthur offers Katsuo a temporary level boost. A level 99 power surge, in exchange for dropping to level 20 after the fight. A risky gamble. Weatherman notices Amul's good luck charm around Rakuro's neck. Suddenly, he stops fighting. He speaks of a mysterious figure named Alice, an ID key fragment, and Shangri-La's true frontier, a cryptic story. The battle resumes, but Weatherman is transformed. Faster, more savage, and wielding a terrifying arsenal of new attacks. Weatherman's power explodes. He shatters Rakuro's helmet with a single blow. Rakuro falls, but wait. He instantly revives thanks to a hidden resurrection tool, a clever move by our resourceful hero. Can Rakuro overcome Weatherman's newfound power? And what secrets does Weatherman hold about Shangri-La's true frontier? Weatherman unveils his ultimate move. A relentless series of attacks, culminating in an unavoidable instant kill strike. He declares, "I won't fall until you surpass my ultimate." Rakuro scrambles. His resurrection items are running low, forcing him to rely on weaker half-health revivals. His only hope, somehow parrying Weatherman's instant kill attack. On the other side of the arena, Arthur and Katsuo land a devastating blow on the robotic Kirin, shattering its armor and exposing a critical weak point. With a final combined attack, they destroy the beast, collapsing from exhaustion. Back to Rakuro. No more room for mistakes. This is his last stand. He dons his original bird mask, a symbol of his early gaming days, for a touch of luck. We rejoin Rakuro and Weatherman after their epic clash. Weatherman acknowledges Rakuro's victory, but Rakuro's snarky comment dampens the mood. Weatherman reveals a surprising connection to Setsuna, his deceased wife. He mentions she used to complain about his puns too. He then pays his respects at her grave. A spectral figure of Setsuna appears. But it's not quite her. This is a manifestation of her final wish, to see Weatherman free. Now, her purpose fulfilled, she must vanish. She thanks Pensilgan for her friendship and offers a cryptic clue, seek Bahamut for the truth. The quest is complete. Pensilgan tries to hide her tears, but the others joke about her newfound soul. A world announcement declares Rakuro and Pensilgan the victors over the first unique monster. The Library Guild, Lorekeepers of Shangri-La, springs into action. They discuss the world story mentioned in the announcement and a mysterious figure named the Professor. They also delve deeper into the lore of unique monsters, including the previously unknown Weatherman. Siger 100 is salty about being used by Pensilgan, but intrigued by Rakuro. Siger Zero wonders about the nature of Rakuro and Pensilgan's relationship before heading out to meet him. Our heroes face the cowardly remains of the Ashura Kai. Pensilgan scolds them for hiding and not fighting for victory. As revenge for the Ashura Kai attack, Pensilgan challenges the strongest player, Siger Zero, to a duel. She declares this will be her final act as a PKer. Siger Zero accepts the challenge, wielding the powerful weapon antimony. Pensilgan throws everything she has at them, even using her severed arm as a weapon. But Siger Zero unleashes a devastating attack, Chaos Void, and defeats Pensilgan. Pensilgan lies defeated, the spoils of battle claimed by Siger Zero. An uncomfortable silence hangs in the air as Rakuro and Katsuo realize the weight of their situation. Pensilgan was their social anchor. Siger Zero, curious about their bond, breaks the silence. Rakuro clarifies they were simply gaming friends. The friend warp magic fades, and Rakuro promises to repay Pensilgan's debt. Back in Third Dreama, Emol greets Rakuro with tears of joy. He returns her pendant, attributing his victory to its good luck charm. A heartwarming embrace follows. Meanwhile, chaos reigns at Utopia headquarters. Weatherman's unexpected defeat throws the company into turmoil. The chief designer, desperately seeking antacids, confronts the bickering executive producer and world creative administrator. They never anticipated someone defeating Weatherman so soon. A debate erupts about nerfing Weatherman for game balance versus preserving the story's integrity. Their childish squabble ends with the frustrated chief designer being collateral damage, almost literally. He pleads with them to bathe, but they double-team him instead. Back in her world, Rei remains blissfully unaware of the game's chaos, lost in daydreams of Rakuro. The next morning, Rakuro seeks Vash's guidance. He describes his harrowing battle with Weatherman, who passed away with respect for Rakuro. Vash offers to reveal the truth behind Shangri-La Frontier. However, there's a catch: Rakuro must retrieve 3 mysterious objects from the uncharted Lightless Barrens. Setting off on a potentially long quest, Rakuro reflects on his gains. Level 78. New skills. Powerful loot. He discovers a tome detailing Weatherman's past, a skill book with Weatherman's techniques, usable only with Divine Age equipment, and most importantly, the Inventoria key. This unlocks a unique storage space that safeguards his items even upon death. It's already filled with treasures. Finally, we find Pensilgan placing flowers on Setsuna's grave. These eternal bloom flowers only stay alive for 5 minutes. However, placing them in your inventory grants them eternal life. Pensilgan sees them as a symbol of her fleeting friendship with Setsuna. Rather than quitting as planned, she decides to seek the world's truth in Setsuna's memory. Our heroes gather to assess their hard-won rewards. Inside the Inventoria, a treasure trove awaits. Arthur meticulously examines the armor, but a crucial detail emerges: they require a non-standard ether reactor to function. Without it, the weapons remain unusable. Katsuo reveals a single reactor obtained from Kirin, but it's a broken relic. No NPC blacksmith possesses the skill to repair it. Rakuro suspects Visake might hold the answer, but Katsuo proposes a deal: the reactor for access to the Vorpal unique scenario. Rakuro discloses the secret, battling Lycagon for 5 minutes without taking a single hit. Katsuo, assessing his own skill level, reluctantly concedes defeat. Arthur, a master of loopholes, unveils a surprising stash. Despite Rei's demise, she managed to retain the reward scales, Weatherman's biography, Setsuna's cherished brooch, and her favorite weapon. Inspired by the immense rewards of conquering unique monsters, a daring plan takes root. They decide to form a clan. The Wolfgang is born, a group dedicated to hunting down all the unique monsters, not just a single one like other clans. Their ambition attracts unwanted attention. A representative from the Lycan clan arrives, but our heroes make a swift getaway before questions arise. With Visake mysteriously absent, Rakuro seeks an alternative. He approaches Bilak with a proposition: train him to become an ancient craftsman, a title potentially granting the skills to repair the broken reactor. As Rakuro embarks on a new path, the Wolfgang alliance takes its first steps, and the Lycan clan remains vigilant. Rakuro seeks Bilak's aid to fix the broken reactor. Bilak lays out the requirements: a functioning legacy weapon from the Age of Divinity and a magic application unit from the treacherous Road of Past Glories. Fortunately, the Inventoria holds the answer: the Harbinger Katana. But there's a snag. As co-owners, Rakuro needs Arthur and Katsu's consent to allow Bilak to dismantle it for parts. With a plan in mind, Rakuro prioritizes the magic application unit. He sets off for the Road of Past Glories, a distant location potentially nestled between Adold and Eleventar towns. Interestingly, Lightless Barrens, where Rakuro must find Visake's mysterious objects, also lies near Eleventar. Their journey takes them through Forfolkshire and into the treacherous ancient Soul Canyon. Here, Lycagon's curse protects him from the pervasive miasma and repels undead monstrosities. Along the way, they encounter a formidable foe, a Dullahan general. Through teamwork, they emerge victorious. Rakuro seizes the opportunity, looting the Dullahan general's rusty sword, the Decapitator. This could be the perfect offering for Bilak's repair project. With the Decapitator in hand, they press on, venturing deeper into the miasma-infested canyon, determined to locate the area boss lurking within. The journey to becoming an ancient craftsman and the hunt for the elusive area boss have begun. Will they find the magic application unit? And who is this powerful entity guarding the canyon? The journey continues in the ancient Soul Canyon. Rakuro notices the upper cliffs teeming with monstrous crystal scorpions, even the seasoned Bilak shivers at their sight. These creatures are legendary, often exceeding level 100. Pushing forward, they confront the area boss, the Humming Lich. A spectral monstrosity, it's impervious to normal attacks. But a crucial weakness emerges: it's vulnerable only to holy weapons, an item missing from Rakuro's arsenal. Quick-thinking Bilak hatches a plan. He sets Rakuro and Emul to distract the Lich while he crafts a makeshift weapon. However, the fight takes a dramatic turn when the Lich splits into 7 smaller, but equally menacing skeletons. Time is of the essence. Bilak polishes the rusty Decapitator sword with holy water, imbuing it with a divine attribute. While this grants them an edge, it also renders the blade incredibly fragile. Rakuro, armed with this holy weapon and Emul's support, leaps into action. Utilizing keen observation, he discerns each skeleton's attack pattern, allowing him to decapitate 6 with calculated strikes. In a final coordinated attack, Rakuro and Bilak finish off the original Lich with the Decapitator, narrowly avoiding its shattering destruction. The Humming Lich vanquished, the miasma clinging to the canyon dissipates, clearing the path forward. Relief washes over the team. With their objective achieved, they decide to head to the nearby town of Aidhold. Bilak and Emul opt to teleport to Rabatuza for a well-deserved rest. However, Rakuro's restless spirit can't be contained. As soon as they depart, he's drawn back to the upper cliffs, unable to resist the challenge of battling a crystal scorpion. Will this impulsive decision lead him into unforeseen danger? Can he conquer the legendary crystal scorpion? Find out next on Shangri-La Frontier. Driven by an insatiable thirst for challenge, Rakuro ascends the treacherous canyon walls, reaching the legendary Crystal Nest Cliffs. Here, nestled amidst the glittering crystals, lurks his ultimate prey, a colossal crystal scorpion. In a blink of an eye, Rakuro finds himself swarmed by dozens of these crystalline predators. Despite his valiant efforts, he's overwhelmed and defeated. Yet, even in the face of death, a spark of defiance ignites within him. He refuses to accept defeat. Not entirely. Respawning near the cliffs, Rakuro sets his sights on a peculiar black crystal deposit within the nest. He snatches a handful before succumbing once more. Back in the land of the living, or rather, respawning, he examines his spoils, Aurunculeth lapis, a crystal brimming with potent magic. The thrill of the challenge consumes Rakuro. He hatches a plan. By strategically maneuvering the scorpions, he creates chaos, causing them to shatter each other's near-impenetrable shells. Using the Inventoria as a clever escape hatch, he teleports in, gathers the broken shell fragments, and teleports back out before the enraged creatures return. This cycle repeats, yielding a treasure trove of materials. But Rakuro craves the ultimate trophy, a crystal scorpion stinger. With cunning timing, he manipulates the scorpions into attacking one another, aiming for a single stinger. But victory hinges on a precise moment. He lunges for the severed stinger. And just misses. Another death awaits. Rakuro proudly displays his hard-won crystal scorpion materials, Aroncolith lapis crystals and shattered exoskeletons. However, Bylak delivers a dose of reality. While impressive, these crystals are better suited for crafting magical jewelry than weapons. Fortunately, Bylak knows the perfect jeweler for the job, the renowned Darnyata. But there's a catch: transporting the crystals requires a highly skilled courier. With a sigh, Bylak summons a blur of frenetic energy, Aramis, the hyperactive Katesith vice-captain of Khaziria, the Katesith kingdom. Exhausted from his battles, Rakuro logs out, blissfully unaware of messages from Arthur and Katso urging him to meet for something important. Upon returning, Rakuro discovers a surprising development. Due to Katesith's notorious reputation for pilfering from clients, Bylak was forced to come clean with Khaziria's king. But the news of Rakuro's achievements, slaying Weatherman and being recognized by Lycagon, took a surprising turn. The king, impressed by Rakuro's power, offered his full support, including Aramis as a permanent party member. Bylak unveils a complex political reality. Rakuro's feats have elevated him to a position of immense power, rivaling entire kingdoms. While this offers advantages, it comes with a critical warning: one wrong move could spark a full-scale war. The weight of his newfound status settles heavily on Rakuro's shoulders. Upon returning, Rakuro discovers a surprising development. Due to Katesith's notorious reputation for pilfering from clients, Bylak was forced to come clean with Khaziria's king. But the news of Rakuro's achievements, slaying Weatherman and being recognized by Lycagon, took a surprising turn. The king, impressed by Rakuro's power, offered his full support, including Aramis as a permanent party member. Bylak unveils a complex political reality. Rakuro's feats have elevated him to a position of immense power, rivaling entire kingdoms. While this offers advantages, it comes with a critical warning: one wrong move could spark a full-scale war. The weight of his newfound status settles heavily on Rakuro's shoulders. Seeking a change of pace, Rakuro ventures into the town of Eighthold. Despite his disguise, he's instantly recognized by a peculiar figure, Professor, a magical girl with a surprisingly deep male voice. Professor is the leader of the Library, a player clan dedicated to uncovering Shangri-La Frontier's lore and hidden history. Recognizing Rakuro as the first player to defeat a unique monster, Professor proposes an alliance. He hopes to partner with Rakuro to unravel the true meaning behind Shangri-La Frontier's enigmatic world. From forging alliances to the burden of power, Rakuro finds himself at a crossroads. Will he accept Professor's offer and delve deeper into the game's mysteries? And what will become of his newfound political clout?